Hello, dear soul. I'm Luna Celestine, your trusted astrologer and sacred guide on the path of energetic protection and inner truth. Today, I come to you with a message of urgency, not wrapped in poetic language or abstract symbols, but delivered with clarity and intention. This is not just another astrological insight. This is a direct alert from the universe, meant specifically for you, Leo. And if you're hearing this now, it's because you were meant to. There is someone in your inner circle, perhaps a friend, a family member, or someone you once helped out of kindness, whose presence is quietly, yet profoundly, disturbing the energetic balance of your home. You may have tried to excuse their behavior, to offer grace, or to believe that things would improve. But each time they enter your space, they leave behind something heavy, something that lingers long after the door closes. And now, the universe is sending you a red light, not a gentle nudge, a clear and resounding message. Do not let this person into your home again. I know this isn't easy to accept, especially for you. Leo's heart is fast, loyal, and generous, always ready to welcome, always hoping to heal. But there comes a moment when love must be paired with wisdom, when discernment becomes more important than diplomacy, because holding on to certain connections for the sake of peace can end up costing you your well-being, your clarity, and even your spiritual safety. That's why I'm here, not to scare you, but to remind you of what your soul already knows and what your body has been signaling in quiet moments you've ignored. In the next part of this message, I will guide you in recognizing who this person is, not through judgment, but through your intuition. Together, we will look at the energetic patterns they bring, the subtle disruptions they leave behind, and the sacred truth your space is trying to whisper to you. So stay with me. You are standing at a threshold now, between endurance and empowerment, between tolerating disturbance and reclaiming peace. And you don't have to face this alone. I am here, with you, as we clear the way for a home that truly reflects your radiant, regal Leo spirit. You may have noticed it without fully understanding it. Each time this person visits, something in you wilts. It's subtle at first, like a flicker of irritation or a moment of unease, but it deepens as the hours pass. After they leave, the air in your home feels heavy, your thoughts more scattered, your chest a little tighter. You feel drained, not just physically, but emotionally, like your joy has been siphoned, your peace disturbed, your spirit quietly unsettled. And this doesn't happen with everyone. It happens with them. Every time, without fail. They may not come storming in with obvious malice. In fact, they might arrive with a smile, with familiar stories, with the illusion of connection. But underneath the surface, they carry energy that clashes with your own. They bring drama disguised as conversation, criticism masked as concern, or an emotional heaviness that lingers long after they're gone. It's not what they say that hurts most, it's what they leave behind. A tension that seeps into the corners of your sanctuary, a subtle dissonance that your heart tries to ignore, but your body continues to register. You might have chalked it up to a bad day or a mood swing. But when this feeling repeats itself over and over, It's no longer a coincidence. It's a pattern. And this person is not always a stranger to your spirit. They could be someone you've loved for years. Someone who once meant safety or history to you. A relative you've tried to respect. A friend you once held close. Or even someone you generously helped, who now clings, drains, or manipulates. Not out of conscious malice, but because they're feeding on your light to fill their own void. This is what makes it so difficult. The line between care and sacrifice begins to blur. You start accommodating their weight out of loyalty, out of guilt, out of love, but that love begins to come at a cost. If you've begun noticing strange shifts in your home, restless sleep, unusual tension among people you live with, electronics short-circuiting, wilting plants, or even pets acting more anxious or withdrawn, these are not just random occurrences. They are energetic signals. Your space is responding to the presence of energy that does not belong. Your inner sanctuary is trying to tell you something in the only language it knows through subtle disruptions, discomforts, and warnings wrapped in the mundane. You've tried to be patient. You've tried to be understanding. But there comes a time when even compassion must be rooted in boundaries. That time, dear Leo, is now. There is a reason why the universe is choosing this moment to send you this message. Leo, it is not random, nor is it coincidental. Your energy is rising, quietly, but powerfully. You are stepping into a season of expansion, of abundance, manifestation, and magnetic presence. The dreams you've held close are beginning to take form. The intentions you've planted are now taking root. Your home, your spirit, your pathies are aligning with a higher frequency. But with this ascension comes visibility. And with visibility comes attraction, not only of the light, but of shadows drawn to what they cannot create for themselves. Some people are not clapping. For you, they are calculating. Some are not admiring your light. They are resenting the way it shines so effortlessly, and whether consciously or unconsciously, their presence begins to unravel the very peace you've been working so hard to build. That is why the universe is speaking to you now, not as a punishment, but as protection. You are too close to your breakthrough to allow interference. Your energy is too precious to be squandered in the presence of those who do not honor it. You have crossed into a threshold where discernment is no longer optional. It is sacred responsibility. You are not being asked to be cruel or to cast anyone aside in anger. You are being asked to remember who you are and to honor the divine boundary between you and what does not serve your highest good. You do not owe access to everyone who once held a place in your heart. You do not owe explanations to people who never cared to understand your silence. And you certainly do not owe your sanctuary to those who contaminate its peace. You are being called to stand in the fullness of your truth without apology. To recognize that your home, both the one you live in and the one within your soul, is a temple, not a thoroughfare. You have the sacred right to close the door to what drains you. You are not selfish for doing so. You are not heartless. You are simply finally aligned with the deeper truth your spirit has known all along. That loving yourself means protecting your space. And protecting your space means having the courage to say no clearly, calmly, and without guilt. So, listen closely. Leo, The universe will speak to you, not through thunder, but through whispers, through subtle signs, inner knowing, and waves of clarity that rise in moments of stillness. Trust them. Trust the tightness you feel around certain people. Trust the fatigue that follows their presence. Trust the harmony that returns when they're gone. And most importantly, trust your right to act not later. Not when it's convenient, but now. This is your moment to reclaim your energy and guard the gates of your kingdom with grace, with strength, and with sacred certainty. When you finally make the decision to let go, you close the door with intention. Not anger, but clarity. You will feel it immediately. Leo, not in grand gestures or dramatic events, but in the quiet, sacred shifts that begin to unfold the moment your space is no longer occupied by the energy that once weighed it down. The air becomes lighter. The silence no longer feels empty, it feels clean. Your sleep deepens. Your breath slows. That subtle tension in your chest begins to lift. Your home, once dimmed by invisible interference, begins to hum again with the frequency of your true self. And what you will feel, more than anything, is relief, a wave of peace that rolls over you so completely that you'll wonder how you ever tolerated its absence. And as this peace returns, so does your power, your energy, which was once scattered and depleted by the presence of someone who didn't honor your boundaries, begins to collect itself like sunlight through a magnifying glass. You become sharper, more alive, more magnetic. You begin to remember who you are beneath the noise. And from this place of inner restoration, you begin to attract people who do not just visit your life, they enrich it. People who respect your space, who uplift your spirit, who bring clarity instead of confusion, who understand that to be invited into your world is a privilege, not an entitlement. These are the ones who honor you without draining you, who see your worth without trying to compete with it, who leave behind not residue, but radiance. This isn't just about one person. This is about a deeper healing. This is about breaking the cycle of tolerating what is misaligned simply because it is familiar. This is about recognizing that your personal boundaries are not walls to keep love out. They are doors to allow the right kind of love in, the kind that nourishes, not depletes, the kind that coexists with your peace, not threatens it, the kind that sees your light and chooses to protect it, not dim it. What you are receiving right now is not just astrological advice. It is a wake-up call, a spiritual intervention, a message from the universe that combines the wisdom of the stars with the urgency of your own soul. This is a turning point, Leo, a moment of reckoning between who you've been and who you're ready to become. The healing begins when you say yes to yourself fully, bravely, without looking back, and the universe will meet that yes with waves of alignment that you can feel in your body, your home, your spirit. Let this be the beginning of a new kind of protection, one that is born from love and not just for others, but finally, and most importantly, for you. I know that what you've just heard is not easy. Awakening doesn't always arrive wrapped in gentle light. Sometimes it comes through the tremors that shake us just enough to make us look again, to truly see what we've been tolerating in the sacred spaces of our lives. But I also know this, You are ready. If you weren't, the universe would not have brought you here. You wouldn't be listening to these words. You wouldn't feel them echoing inside you the way you do right now. I'm not here to judge you. And I'm certainly not here to make you feel guilty. I'm here to remind you that you have the right to live in peace, create a home that reflects the truth, the dignity, and the elevated energy of who you truly are. And if that means setting boundaries, if it means saying no to someone who once felt close, then understand that is not cruelty. That is self-love. That is spiritual maturity. That is the wisdom of a soul who is ready to rise. I believe in you, Leo. I believe in your intuition, in your light, in the decision you are on the verge of making. And when you walk through this threshold, the threshold of energetic sovereignty, of clarity, of compassionate self-protection, everything will begin to shift. You won't have to fight so hard to keep your peace anymore. It will return to you as your natural state, the way it was always meant to be. My name is Luna Celestine, and I will continue to walk beside you on this path of energetic cleansing, protection, and rebirth. If this message resonated with you, leave a sin so I know you're here. And so, other Leos walking through a similar journey can feel less alone. The universe is speaking to you with undeniable clarity now in this time. Don't turn away. Choose yourself. Choose peace. And move forward as the sovereign ruler of the sacred kingdom you've worked so hard to build.